Who are you? Before we talk about your future self, who are you right now? What story do you tell yourself about your life? Do you tell yourself you're a morning person? Do you tell yourself you're a stubborn person? Does your family say you're good at math? Do you tell yourself you're a chill person? Do you tell yourself you're an anxious person? Do your teachers tell you you're a decent writer? Do you tell yourself you're going to be a millionaire? Do you tell yourself you're going to be stuck in your small town forever? Do you tell yourself that after getting a master's degree, you're finally going to learn how to code? I want you to realize something very important, and it's that you invent the story of your life. You take your experiences, you take the opinions of others, you take your thoughts, and you take the feelings associated with those thoughts and experiences, and you craft an understanding of who you are, of yourself. And that begs the question, is your understanding stationary? Is it static? Or does your understanding evolve based on new information? Do you evolve based on new information that you learn about the world? Do you change your personal qualities? Do you change the things that some people describe as unmovable? Some people think their identities are fixed, and others know that they can redesign themselves. And when you gain the ability to revise your understanding of yourself and your life, when you gain the ability to take in new information and change based on that new information, you gain superpowers. Okay. Now that we know we can change, now that we know that the self or your identity is made up of a system of parts that can be interchanged, you can remove parts you don't like, you can add parts you do like, and you can bring more love and gratitude into your life. So, all right, we know this. What can we do with this information? Well, we can design the person that we want to be. And I think that's the key. When you change yourself, you change your life. That's what Dr. Joe Dispenza says. And I think it's a critical element of personal growth, personal evolution, transforming yourself and transforming your life. I've been improving myself a lot lately, so I say this from a place of experience. I'm not just porting out ideas. I have changed a lot recently, and it's been by really thinking, feeling, and behaving in the mind of the person I want to become, otherwise known as the future self. And that's our mission here. My mission here is to help you become your future self. Why? Because my mission is to help as many people on this planet become as creative and peaceful and well inside. Because the more knowledgeable, the more peaceful people are, the better the planet will be. I think humanity, for some reason or another, has been bestowed with the stewardship of the whole planet. And so the smarter we are, the more peaceful we are, the more able to create resources we are, the better everyone will be. And the better the whole planet will be. Because, people don't exist by themselves on Earth. And so now I want to give you three aspects that you can immediately use three aspects of yourself that you can start using now to change yourself. And these are three very powerful aspects, and it takes a while to discover them within yourself and to become aware and stay conscious of who you are and the aspects of yourself that are influencing your daily life. So here they are. So one, you can change your emotions. So you can feel less anxiety and more gratitude. You can feel less resentment and more love. You can feel less anger and more calm. You can also change your beliefs. You can change your beliefs from I'm stuck in my life to I embody innovation. You can change your beliefs from I get angry all the time to I'm a calm, creative, and present person. You can change your belief from I'm bad at mathematics to I am very strong at mathematics and I use it to design extraordinary systems. And when you embody these new beliefs, you begin to change your life because the way you act changes, the way you think changes. And when you dig deep and identify all the subconscious beliefs that are limiting your potential to give more to this world, to yourself, to the people around you, you unlock superpowers. And you can also change your behaviors. So you can, instead of waking up late, you can wake up early. Instead of ruminating about your past daily and being all depressed and you can meditate daily. So emotions, beliefs, behaviors. Those are three aspects of yourself that you can begin to change immediately. So now you have a few examples. And again, I think the real key here, the first step, is to engage in a process of self-discovery. Think about all the beliefs, all the behaviors, and all the emotions that are in discordance with the person that you're becoming, that are preventing you from being that person you're envisioning. And you have to start to shift those in real time. Again, if you feel angry, just let it go and start feeling calm. If you feel nervous, just let it go and start feeling calm. If you are comparing yourself at work with your peers and your salaries, just let it go and start feeling grateful for what you have. Of course, you can do things to improve your salary and improve your skill set and the value you contribute at work. But, just start feeling grateful. There's no need to feel resentful. It's not going to get you anywhere. And I've often found that the better your internal structure is, the better you are inside, the better your external world is. That's actually become a law in my life. And it's made all the difference. Let me give you an example. The other day I was in the office and I was feeling what I would call anxious dependence, which I describe as thinking that I need to satisfy others to be happy myself. And since I've been doing this kind of work for a while now, I knew that I could change this emotion. And again, it took me time to observe myself in this state. It took me time to say, okay, this is how I'm feeling. So I came up with a new emotion. I invented an emotion. And I called it intrinsic enthusiasm, which I describe as feeling whole with a deep sense of happiness that comes from within and is not dependent on external events. Because it's really interesting. I was telling myself a story about how the world worked around me, and based on facial expressions or based on small interactions, I was crafting this whole narrative about what was going on at work. And it was not a good narrative, but that's just the mind thinking crazy thoughts and making things up. And you have to see through that, because sometimes the mind plays tricks on you, and just it can be difficult to contend with. So I started to notice all the times where I was feeling anxious dependence, and like flipping a switch, I would move myself into intrinsic enthusiasm, a wholeness, a happiness that comes from within. And that's the process. You have to keep identifying the moments where you're in emotions that you don't want to feel. Keep identifying moments where you're behaving in a way that you don't want to behave, and just shift. And keep identifying beliefs that are limiting the way you move through life, and shift. And it's a never-ending process. It's not perfect. Like, sometimes you're going to feel grief, sometimes you're going to feel anger, because it's human nature. But the key is to move from one state to the other as quickly as possible. The key is to reduce the half-life of the emotions that aren't actually doing you any good. So that's an example I wanted to share with you from my life, and there are many others, because this is a very introspective and a process that requires a lot of energy. So let me tell you, don't start changing tomorrow, start changing today. The key to becoming yourself is really to see who it is that you are now and who it is that you want to be. And keep track of all the new beliefs, all the new behaviors, all the new emotions, all the new insights you're having, and keep reminding yourself, keep thinking the way that your future self thinks, keep feeling the way your future self feels, keep acting in the way your future self acts. And a way that you can do this is by leveraging the personal transformation engine I built, Hero's Path, which will help you keep track of all these key items: behaviors, your beliefs, your insights, your emotions. And it certainly helps me. I use it every day because I really care about the person I'm becoming. I care a lot about the world, and I want to help the world maximize its creativity and well-being. I want to help you maximize your creativity and well-being, because the better we are as a society, as people, as a species, the better everybody else is going to be. And the better the whole planet's going to be, all our ecosystems, all the beautiful, wonderful gifts that the universe has given us. And I think it's critical. One important technique, and I'm about to finish this. I'm going to tell you an important technique, and then I'm going to give you an exercise you can go and do yourself. And I'll link the article that I wrote that will give you this exercise in written form. But the important insight is, look at the entire arc of your own life and understand the things that have shaped you into the person you are today. Deeply understand that. Like, take a step back. Why do you feel the way you feel? Why do you have certain personality traits? Were they genes? Were they inherited? Is it something you learned because of your experiences? Was it a push-pull when you were young, and behaviors that you learned from your parents? Just think about it. Think about why you are the way you are today. Was it something that your teachers told you and influenced your skill set? Just think about it. Think about what shaped you into the person you are today. And once you start to understand a little bit, and trust me, you don't need to understand that much. Just understand that it's all been shaping you. You have to realize that you can't let your past keep defining you. You need to sort of create a blank slate and reimagine your capacity, reimagine who you are, reimagine your ability to use your gifts to live an extraordinary, amazing life full of love and gratitude and full of doing amazing things, you gotta really let go of your past self. Sometimes it really helps to stop reasoning, stop analyzing the past and trying to justify everything that happened. Sometimes you just gotta let it all go. You really do. Just let it go. And I know it's easier said than done, and I know it takes time, but let go of your past and step into a new life. There's no reason to stay resentful, stay angry, stay jealous. Just let it all go. There's no need for you to suffer. There really isn't. And as you go through this process, as you go from who you are today to the future you're gonna run up against old emotions and habits. You're gonna face intense emotions. You're gonna resist yourself. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I know who I am. I don't need to change. This is exactly what I need. And hey, if you don't want to change, you don't have to change. That's up to you. Nobody's forcing you to change. But again, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, the overcoming process is the becoming process. So when you face those difficult moments, when you face those difficult emotions, when those old habits are calling you back, you gotta say, nope, that's not who I am anymore. And if you catch yourself in a downward spiral of thought, take a step back, be patient with yourself, and come back to your upward spiral of thought. Don't feel guilty about falling into old habits, old behaviors, old emotions. Just keep coming back to your future self. Keep coming back to the way you do want to feel, the way you do want to act, the way you do want to think, the beliefs that really shape your life and reality around you. And okay, how do we get there? What do we need to create? Well, here it is. Here is the exercise. Here's what you can take home. Here's how you can craft your future self. Think from your future self's mind. How do you feel about life? How do you interact with the world? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? Are you married? Are you grateful? Are you loving? Do you donate money to organizations that plant millions of trees? Do you create extraordinary works of art? Do you have a blossoming company? Think from your future you's mind. Get very clear. Think from this perspective. Feel in this perspective. Now, turn off your phone. Get out a notebook. Write the following sections down. Close your laptop and take 30 minutes to fill these 7 aspects of yourself, thinking from the perspective of your future self. Imagine that you're already there. So, 1, your vision for life. What does life look like around you? 2, the beliefs you hold. What do you believe? Emotions you feel. How do you feel? Behaviors you embody. How do you act? How do you interact? Relationships you have. Family, lovers, friends. An amazing life. 6, what kind of work do you do? 7, what kinds of skills have you mastered? And here it is. This is your North Star. Once you fill this out, once you think deeply about this, once you architect a holistic picture of your future self, you have somewhere you can go towards. And again, you can keep changing this. And as you learn more things and gain new information, you can keep architecting new versions of yourself so that you can live the life you want. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, when you change yourself, you change your life. I've heard when change begins within. Change begins within. In my life, when I started working on my own psychology and working through my own anxieties and working through my own problems, that's when everything started to change. And I'm so grateful that I persisted and worked through it, because it's worth it. So, you have your North Star. Keep overcoming yourself. Keep chasing after your future self. Keep feeling your future self, and stay aware of your thoughts. Stay aware of your behaviors. Discover what you believe about yourself. Love your life, and keep going on the journey towards your future self, towards your future life, to the life you desire, to the life that you deserve. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was long-winded. So if you've stayed to the end, thank you for your patience. And I really wish you the best. And if you ever need anything, reach out. We're all in this together. So I'll see you on the next one.